Well, good morning, Travels with Dottie here, and it's Sunday. Let's see, the 24th of August, 2025. And what am I going to do today? I'm going to take you through my whole day. A day, what's it like being a full-time retired RV guy? It's a Sunday. I've been up for a while. It's 7:44. I've been up since 6:30, and let me show you. So the first thing I did is, here's my little workstation here, and you see my little camera up there. First thing I did is I sat down right here and I did my daily positive news video. And today's video was about a little 5-year-old girl that had multiple heart surgeries in her short life. And finally, the surgeries weren't working. They needed a heart, and she got one, and it's a really beautiful little story. So, yeah, this is my little workstation. All my little camera things, my coffee, my cat, and Dottie. Hi, Dottie. You want to see the rest of my place here? It's pretty small. It's a Winnebago Micro Mini, 21 feet. Here is these are made for bunk beds, but look, it's all storage. And there's her fridge, the rest of the kitchen, for this small space, a giant TV, and there's my bed. And there is my lazy boy. That is it. That's everything. That's all she wrote for my little home, but it's nice and cozy and I love it there. And you know what? This ring light doesn't need to be on, does it? No. And there's the view of the lake outside my little spot, Eagle Nest Lake. And the first thing that we're going to do together is I'm going to show you where the bathroom is. Don't worry, don't panic. We're not going to go the distance on the bathroom thing. I'm just going to show you where it is and show you why I'm not using mine. Okay, Dottie, you ready to go? All right. You ready to go? Okay. Hang on. I only got 2 hands, Dottie. Only got 2 hands. Ooh, it's nice. Nice temperature. I bet it's about 62, 63. Dottie's doing her business while I go over to do mine, but there's the trailer. There's the F-150. There's the lake out there. And you can kind of see camp in the background there. That's what it looks like, a big open field next to the RV park. And if you look on the ground there closely, you see that blue line. That's an electric line that Marty, the owner here, has run out to me, and I hardly ever use the electricity because I do have solar. And here is, it's that close. A nice little bathroom. No shower, but a nice little bathroom. I'll show you what it looks like inside. Get some light in here. Nice little sink, toilet. Look how clean it is. Even the toilet paper has one of those little finishing touches like a luxury hotel. You know, you know why that is? Because I'm the guy that cleans them. And I do that little thing with the toilet paper because I think it's classy. Dottie and I will be right back. All right, we finished our business in the bathroom. Very convenient. You might wonder, well, what do you do about showers? Well, I take showers in my rig. And then the next question is, okay, where do you get your water from? How do you get your water? Let me show you real quick here. It's pretty easy. I got I think it's a 32 gallon freshwater tank. How do I fill it? Let me show you. Let me show you. Back to the pickup here. This milk crate. That is a 32-gallon water container. And all I do is I fill that up at a station at the owner's house there. She lets me go to her water spigot, and I fill it up, and I have a Ryobi pump, and I pump it right in. And I took a shower yesterday. Well, do you take showers every day? No, I don't. What do you do on days where you're not taking a shower? Let me show you. Well, I'm not going to show you. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to show you what I use. I'm not going to show you how I do it, of course. All right. I'm sorry. I only have two hands here. Only two hands. So let's go back into where this is a pretty handy thing here. This, a lot of storage. Now in here, I do these, 5 E's, a box at a time. So, Knitly, Nurturing Your Health Naturally Body Wipes. Shower alternative. I use those every day. Every day that I don't do a shower. Right, George? And there's a dog out here somewhere. Are you going to come inside? Dottie, you going to come in? Come here. Come on. Dottie doesn't obey verbal commands. Come on. Let's go inside. Okay. This happens far too often. My microphone, you probably noticed the difference in the sound. Let me show you why. These microphones cost about $100 a piece. Look on the ground here. What's that? So I don't know whether that just fell off or it fell off earlier. We'll be able to tell from the quality of the sound in the video. Right, Dottie? All right. I was going to stop the video here, but I still got stuff to show you. Because this is a day in the life. I got to show you everything I'm doing. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing for probably a good while here this morning. Really want to clip that microphone on. Okay. So, hang on. Forgive me while I'm shifting things around. All right. This is my lazy boy. And I'm about to sit in it and show you. Oh, Dottie, that's Dottie's bed. She doesn't need to be hooked to her leash. There you go. Good girl. So, I'm going to be watching my favorite YouTubers, kind of like what you do. And this is, I need to back this up because I wasn't paying attention to a lot of it.
Form people are going to pop up.
That is the Daily Woo.
You're probably not going to see a lot of new.
Adam the Woo, one of my favorite YouTubers. And the channel is the Daily Woo. And he's got 750,000 subscribers. 700. Give you an idea of scale. I have 10,000. I'm proud of that, but there's an enormous difference between 10,000 and 750,000. And he does, basically, he records his days. Now, granted, his days are more exciting than mine. He travels constantly. He just got back from a trip to LA. And he's constantly going to Los Angeles. He's been all over the world. And he's a big Disney fan. He just does. But I got to tell you, my favorite ones are the one like today. He just got home. He lives in Celebration, Florida. And he's driving around in his golf cart talking. Those are my favorite videos. I like him more than all the fancy places he goes. I I try to emulate a lot of what he does and the way he talks and the way he relates to people that watch him. So that's pretty neat. And it's 8 o'clock. I'll probably do this for a couple of hours. Then they have the farmer's market over in Angel Fire. So I'll probably go over there, and I'll have the camera that I'm using now is an Action 5. So I can actually take this. There's this thing. There's a neck strap, and I can attach it to this and just hang it around my neck, and I don't have to really worry about pointing the camera. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll do maybe just a little bit of the drive over there, but I don't want to make it a driving video. I'll just show you that, okay, I'm taking off now. It's going to be about 10, 15 minutes for me to get to Angel Fire. And that's all we'll do for the driving part today. But then I'll snap it back on as soon as we get to the parking lot there. We'll do it. We don't have a lot of grocery shopping to do, but there's a couple of things that I need. So we haven't done a full go through the grocery store thing in a while. We'll do that at Lowe's there. And we'll definitely go maybe a little bit deeper dive than usual on the farmer's market. We'll see what's up with that. And that's as much as I know. That'll take us through about noon today. I have no clue what's going to happen after noon through 9 o'clock when I go to bed. Who knows? But guess what? You're going to find out. See you when I take off for Angel Fire. So this is definitely part of my Sunday ritual is Matt's Off-Road Recovery, another favorite channel of mine. And he posts 3 times a week. Sundays, he does. So if you're not familiar with him, he does off-road recovery, owns a tow company in Hurricane, Utah. And he goes out into the desert there and rescues people that are stuck in the sand and rocks and etc. And that's the sort of adrenaline evoking exciting part of it. The other is his boys and his wife work in the business with him, and also a collection of really interesting employees, and it's just one big family, and it's a joy to watch them interact, especially his family, his boys, his wife, his dogs, their good friend Ed that lives on site there at the shop. I just love watching. In Sundays, they usually don't do the recoveries. They do working in the shop. They build all their own rigs from scratch. And half the time, I don't know what the heck he's talking about when he's explaining what he's doing, welding and mechanical things. But nonetheless, I'm still fascinated, and I love watching this channel. And I don't miss any videos, and it's definitely part of my Sunday morning ritual. Well, I can't say this one's a Sunday morning tradition, but Mr. Who's the Boss, all in one blended together, is a guy with like 20 million subscribers. He lives in England and has an amazing tech show. I mean, it's his great personality and his ability to be natural and authentic when looking at the camera. It has clear scripts, production values. He has a crew. I mean, you got 20 million subscribers. You've got a substantial channel with a big support staff. Nonetheless, I like it, and I listen every time he comes out with a new video. I watch it. And here we are. We're in the car on our mission to go to Angel Fire. I think I'm going to make a stop, though, first. And I'm wondering if I can do a little bit better on this picture. Hang on. Well, I was trying to see. So today's video, I'm using one camera the whole time, the DJI Action 5. it's on a clip. I can clip it to the dash here and clip it to the thing around my neck. To also another, like a selfie stick thing. So I was trying to fiddle with it to see if I can get the view narrower so it doesn't show all the, all the stuff kind of in the way at the bottom. But other than finding a way to elevate it, and I don't have a way to elevate it right now. And there's an ugly looking thing on the windshield. Hopefully we can get rid of it. I think we got rid of it. We did. Washer fluid. Thank you. So on the way here, I'm going to see, I think the museum will be open and my friend Agnes will be there. And I wanted to update her on something that happened yesterday. We have these maps that have this very famous day driving trip called the Enchanted Circle Drive. And it basically, you leave from here, you go through into, by Angel Fire up through Taos and go up around to Cuesta and then Red River. And then you complete the loop back here in Eagle Nest. And it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful drive. And we've been giving out these little maps. And a lady comes in yesterday with the map and she says, I'm not that upset, but let me tell you, your map is wrong. And I said, show me. And she unfolds the map and she wanted to use the map to go to Angel Fire. And it's pretty simple to go to Angel Fire for here. You'll see you go, straight like, I don't know, 9 or 10 miles, something like 9 miles. And then it's a left-hand turn and you're in the main drag in Angel Fire. Well, the map shows it as a right-hand turn. And it's like, the lady said she spent 2 hours yesterday debating on whether she was right or wrong and what she was seeing. And let's see if they're open. Is she open? Well, if she's not open, I'll catch her on the way back. I can't tell. Oh, it's open. I see the open sign from here. So anyway, and I took a picture of it and sent it to Jack. And Jack struggled with it for about 10 minutes. And he goes, you know what? It's shocking, but it's absolutely, it's wrong. So you can see Agnes out there talking to some visitors, and I'll show her what we're talking about. I'll be right back. So I showed her, and she was pretty surprised, just like I was and just like Jack was. But she finally saw it, and like, unfortunately, here's the good news. There's a 2024 version that works just fine that we have a bunch of. It's the 2025 version that's not so great. So she's gonna make sure only the 2024 versions are stocked out there. Very and give me a second. I just got to put out the sandwich sign. Sorry about that. So the really interesting part was when I started explaining, I noticed that she had refilled the rack with the maps. And she did that because I just took them down and I didn't leave a note. I figured I'd just come by, but I wasn't quite as early as I thought. And she brings me a map for me to show her the problem. And of course, I didn't realize there were 2 different versions, and the version she handed me was the 2024 version, which was fine. And I spent even more time confused trying to think, did I imagine this? So here we are heading to Angel Fire after making our pit stop at the museum. And we're going through town here. I say town, but it's a village. It takes a village, right, Eagle Nest? Let's make sure we're under the speed limit. Now, it's funny, there's a school 15 miles per hour, but the school's pretty far away. I wonder it's just during school hours they worry about kids walking down the street. I don't know, because there's no school it's down that side road a long 2 blocks away. Interesting. There's the saloon on the left. That, I mean, Jack and I, if you didn't see the video, had a chili cheeseburger there last Saturday. Not yesterday, but a week ago. Oh my, it was so good. I was stunned. They won the contest last year, and I see why. We're coming up on Golden Eagle RV on the right here. Very popular spot. Very popular spot. And up on the same property, they have a bunch of tiny homes. And I think I just saw one for sale. I think on Facebook, maybe. I saw it. Okay, but pretty neat little tiny homes up there. And they have a kind of farmer's market thing, a little smaller than Angel Fire, but respectable. Every Friday, I think from 11 to 2. When I went by at 10, they were setting up. So around that noontime, lunchtime hour, they're out there on Fridays. And I've filmed it once. I don't get to do it much because I have appointments on Fridays. And up here on the left, I'll mention where the turn is the Eagle Nest State Park, which is still closed for camping due to renovations the past 2 summers, and they expect it to be open on May 1st, according to the ranger that I interviewed recently. And you make a left here to Eagle Nest State Park is on the left. You go right here, I guess, yeah. And that'll take you down to the park. In the visitor center. And if you're here and you want to get up close to the lake, that's where you need to go. There is a sign here for some business that says, like, Eagle Nest Marina. It's a little deceiving. There's no marina. The only place you can put a boat in is the boat launch at the state park. And I'm looking out at the lake, and I do see boats out there today. Nice, beautiful Sunday. And some people ask me, hey, you're doing this on a Sunday, don't you go to church? I don't go to church every Sunday, but wherever I am, occasionally I go to church. And it is I try to keep politics and religion off the channel. However, again, if you are in this lifestyle and you want to make connections with people in the communities that you're staying, go to church. Go to church. If that's your religion, I'm not saying if you're, Buddhist, I'm not saying you need to go to a Christian church, but go to church. If you're comfortable with church, go. It's a great social opportunity to meet nice people. And I don't have the other camera that shows the where I can show the internal view and everything. But Dottie is with me. She's on her little platform bed here next to me, and she's not sleeping. She's sitting up, looking at me and listening to me, thinking, "Is he talking to me?" I think she thinks whenever I do these videos, I'm talking to her. Well, I kind of just was right then, wasn't I, Dottie? Yeah, we're right on good. Didn't have my cruise control on, but I'm glad to see now that I noticed it. I was going exactly the speed limit. The stretch that we're driving through, it's about 9 miles between Eagle Nest and the turn into Angel Fire. And the locals refer to it as the Valley. And a lot of the local Eagle Nest ranches are in the valley here. I visited a couple of them up on the right here. Many of them are large and big acreage remaining in the family. Most of the land around Eagle Nest is privately owned. There's not a lot of, there isn't like BLM and National Forest land right there in Eagle Nest. If you want that kind of land, you need to go, the closest would be Red River, has National Forest land around it and National Forest land campgrounds. And then you have state park land in the Cimarron Canyon, going the opposite way that I'm going out of Eagle Nest. And the campground that I like the most there is called within the Cimarron State Park, is called Ponderosa. And from just the edge of town going through the canyon, it's I think about 7 to 7.5 miles on your right there. There's Ponderosa on the right, and on the left is Maverick. There are two campgrounds within the state park across the street from each other. And of the two, I prefer Ponderosa because it's quieter. It's not as crowded. Maverick's a little bit more crowded. They've got a pond there that is stocked with fish, and it's really, especially for kids and families that like to fish, it's pretty convenient to have that fish pond right there in the state park. Neither park has hookups. Both parks have water available and bathrooms, but no showers. And there's no dump station either. And in prior years in the state parks, you could stay for 2 weeks. And I think you'd have to be out of that park for 6 nights, and then you could come back. And that rule has completely changed this year. It's only 1 week. And I'm going to be shooting from the hip on the rest of the rules, but I got the impression it was you couldn't hop from park to park. You had to be out of the whole system for a week. But don't quote me on that. I'm not in a position driving right now to be able to verify that. And it's a lot more expensive than it was. The rates went way, way up. It was, as an out-of-stater, I jumped from park to park all summer long with water and electric hookups that were costing me $11 a day. Now, granted, every 2 weeks there was a $12 reservation fee. So it was $11 for 14 days plus $12. But I could jump from park to park, and I did that for 2 summers. gladly. And the out-of-state annual camping pass that gave me access to those rates was, I believe it was $225. And that's gone to $600 for an out-of-stater. Now, as a senior resident now, I think I can get an annual camping pass for $150. I'm not going to buy one because I have a place to camp in the summer. But the rates per night, I got to tell you, I'm an educated, pretty intelligent man, but when I go and look on the state website for what it costs per night camping, I cannot decipher what the heck they're talking about. I really can't. Because it's like there's primitive camping, there's improved camping, and then a charge for water and a charge for electric. So it's not clear, do you add all those things up? If you add all those things up, it's like $30 or $35 a night if you add them all up. Versus the $11 I was paying in past years as an out-of-stater. It makes no sense. So because I haven't pursued it only because I'm not planning on using it. I do need the pass I had just expired at the end of July, and that was good for day pass too. And I've got nothing now, so I would have to buy a $5 every time I go and park in one of the parks, or buy an annual. And I think the annual for a resident is pretty expensive. I think it was like $70. I'll have to double check on that. But here we are, the turn into, boy, that's some kind of camper. I don't know if you were able to see that. It's a serious one, off-road. But it's not a year long. It's for the year that you're in. So if I bought one now, it would only be good for 2 weeks for me. It doesn't make any sense. Next year, I'll buy one at the beginning of the summer so I can, go into both the state parks and park and fish or do videos or whatever. But right now, unless I'm willing to shell out $5 every day that I do that, which would be, if I do that in the next couple of weeks, that's what I will do, is I'll pay my $5. What do you say there, Dottie? And people, I'm going to go through the grocery store first, and then I'll go through the farmer's market. And people say, why don't you bring Dottie with you to the farmer's market? Because they see dogs. Well, even with the thing hanging around my neck, narrating and paying attention to the camera and paying attention to Dottie and a lot of people and other dogs is a little bit too much. So I don't do that. Now, I love this. There's a wonderful hardware store down here. And as I was sitting watching my YouTube videos this morning, I was thinking, what do I need in the hardware store? Because I'd love to take them into the hardware store, and I can't think of a single thing that I need from the hardware store. Mi Cochina Mexicana. There's a road sign. That's a really good Mexican restaurant here that I've been to multiple times. And it happens to be right next door to the church that I've gone to a couple of times here. It's like a shopping strip, and they're in the same building. And up here on the right is that is going to be the hardware store that I'm talking about. And a little orange building there that sells, yeah, that's good Mexican restaurant too. It's called Mountain Supply. Good little hardware store. The distinction I make that I like it so much is I've never, not once have I gone there for something specific and had them not have it. That's impressive. It really is a beautiful little ski town. Skiing in the winter, mountain biking in the summer. And here we are in the little shopping strip that I'll park in. We'll do the shopping and put things in my cooler in the back. And then we'll go over to Frontier Park where the farmer's market is. How's that sound? Sound like a plan? There's a big wide spot here. Well, no, I might stick out a little bit too much, so that guy might not be able to get out. So I'll park right here. And Dottie, I will leave the AC on for you, little dog. And this is so easy. I just pop this off of here and I pop it on here, get it going straight. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it and I'm going to change the view. So for going in for the next things, I'm going to, oh, I turned that off, Dottie. You burn up in here with that sun. Let me turn that back on. Let's get the full AC. Okay. So I changed it to the widest angle possible. So I think that'll be a little bit more appropriate. So we'll lock that up. She'll be plenty comfy there in the AC. One of the things I have to get is it's time to make Dottie's food again. So we need to get hamburger meat and frozen vegetables. What I like about this place, they always have a little bit of everything. Like sausage. So, oh, they have a really super large pack here. It's not as lean as I'd like, and it's 3 pounds. So how about if I mix it with Let's compromise. How much is this? This is 73, 2 pounds. And how about 2 pounds of lean and we'll mix them? Is that a pound? Yeah. Nice compromise. 93 and 73. Because too much fat's not good for the doggy. And we'll get some veggies here that are appropriate for dogs. No corn. And definitely this is good stuff. Peas and carrots. We'll take 4 of those. So it's 12 ounces of peas and carrots for every pound of ground beef. Now I know this is a little pricey at $5, but just a backup thing for so we got always have a backup of this in the fridge. We just opened the last one. I want the original Coffee Mate. Original. There we go. I don't need water.
I'm sorry. Leave me out here.
So I think I have everything I need, but I'll just show you kind of the rest of the aisles, what else they might have here. You got sort of a little over-the-counter medication section. We've already been here. And, oh, you know what? We want some Oreos. And I like the thins. And if I want anything else impulse related, I'll do it at the farmer's market, because there's a couple of food places there. And I'm going to turn the camera off. All right. I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's all right.
I'm so sorry. All right. So an odd thing happened in there with one of those sausages I bought. I went to scan them, and the package was perfectly intact. However, there was no barcode. I've rarely run into that with, you know, intact packaging like that. They had to go and look it up. It was $8, by the way. So that's like those little They're not little sausages, they're not huge, but they're $2 a piece. That's a lot of money. My sense is that we're starting to see a little bit of a creep in grocery store prices. I don't know if y'all are seeing the same thing as me. But that's what I'm seeing. Anecdotally, right? That means without data. Just a feeling. So we're gonna go through here, see what we can see. Just making sure we're recording. We are. Frontier Park every Sunday, all summer in Angel Fire. And here we got some produce, and I'd buy it here before I'd buy it in the grocery store.
Okay. So it's from the fall, and so you would just pull out.
Give you a look at, see if I can catch all the vendors on camera. Well, I see more produce up here. There's the Thai restaurant, same company that's in the Thai restaurant in Eagle Nest. Let's go around to the front here. And oh, Evelyn's Farm, we'll get you a peek at the sign here and the prices. And we'll go through and we'll look at the actual product. Everything looks pretty nice. Look at that. There's a Springer Spaniel. Did you see him? There he is, Springer Spaniel. My dog before Sadie, or before Dottie was named was Sadie, and she was a Springer Spaniel. Now, I believe in this is these flowers aren't technically, they're a derivative of sunflowers, but right now there's a super bloom happening in this area, which is a rare biological event. They're calling it a sunflower super bloom, but it's basically it includes the derivative plants as well. So on so many of my videos, you see me bicycling down Highway 64 and you see the abundance of yellow flowers. That's what's going on this year. That's not an every year thing. And this is an Eagle Nest farm that we're coming up on now, where they have available beef, grass-fed ground, stew meat, cube steak, soup bones, tongue, pork, lamb, all sorts of. Here we go. I'll show you inside here. Everything's frozen, and also I've bought the eggs here before and been very happy with them. So that's a nice place to go if you want some meat. Now I think Last week, there were far more vendors here last week. It was, I think it'll go down as the peak weekend for this event. And here's a couple of dogs worth YouTube exposure. Hey, puppies. Nice doggies.
Yeah,
It's probably Mad I'm just kidding. Did y'all ever do Mad Libs? Yeah. We used to
And little backpacks and things of that nature. And up here I see clothing. We'll do a pass over the clothing before we leave.
There we go. Well, want it or not, girl. Just
Yeah, there's some clothing. There we go.
They blew off of here, so I threw them down there. Okay. Okay. You have a wonderful day. Thank you. I know that.
All right. So I just realized, you know, this will probably not be there by the time you see this, but realized I did this like I was doing a regular video going to Angel Fire, and I talked the whole way. And I'm gonna have to cut that out because this, and I have to do little snippets of the grocery store and here, because this is an all-day video. This is a full day in the life, and I've probably got 45 minutes worth of footage, and it's not even noon. So I'm gonna stop here, and I'll pick it up in the next thing of any significance that I'm doing today. All right, well, here we are, and we've arrived back from the grocery store. So we're going to do the this is all for Dottie here that you see. And we're opening, we're going to do at least two, we're going to do 2 batches, and I'm opening stuff up only because I'm going to do a mixture of the 73% and the 93%. So what did I do with the masher? Here's the masher. So it's about 2 pounds of ground beef in there. And we're gonna break it all up and mix it. Mix the 73 with the 93, so it's not horrible. I'd rather get all 93, but it's pretty darn expensive. This will be good enough. And then we take a couple of packets of peas and carrots. Good for dogs. And you can probably tell this is the smaller of the Instant Pots. You got it set for 12 minutes. And there we go. And throw this and this away. Now, I will note, please note, you saw earlier the electrical line that's metered that I pay for coming out here. I'm not using that. I'm using solar and battery right now. And I'll probably be able to do both batches of that just fine. And then over the next couple of days, the batteries will build up again with the solar. And once I finish these, they go in these plastic bags. Well, maybe not these. How about these? They go in these plastic bags, and it goes into my vacuum sealer, and I freeze it. I freeze everything. I'm running out of the right size bag, so I've got a giant one and a small one. We'll see how we do. And these are no good. I'll put the scissors back. The peas and carrots are ready to go. In the meantime, because it's going to take probably 20 minutes, I'm going to put the remaining ground beef back in the fridge. And while it's cooking, guess what I'm going to do? Well, it depends on how I feel when I get into the position, but I'm going to go here, and I may watch this. Where is it? This TV? Or I may do what these animals are doing. This one and this one. I may take a nap, so I'll let you know what happens. I'll definitely show you when it's done cooking, and I'll show you a snippet of the vacuum sealing process. Okay, the first batch is done. You need to mix her up, break up the big chunks of hamburger meat and mix in those veggies. Oh, sorry about that. Well, here I am shooting a short for a promo for the museum. This Saturday, we're going to have the final dam tour of the year, and I want to put something out there to draw people in, and so that's what I'm about to do. Hey, everybody, and you all have the opportunity, if you're here in the area, to visit something extraordinary. And what's extraordinary is the dam that's created Eagle Nest Lake, which created the village of Eagle Nest. And it's right down there, but you can't see it from here. I've even tried to walk down there, and I was blocked by huge boulders, and I couldn't see the top of the dam. There is no way to drive down there. It's blocked off, it's gated, it's locked. You can't go down. You can't see it, but you can see it this Saturday. Come to the museum at 8:30 a.m. It's a suggested donation of $15 a person, and starting at 9, my friend Jack Schweitzer will do about a 40-minute, 45-minute lecture on the dam and water, and the importance of water in the area and all the complexities. It's fascinating stuff. Then you all go down in a caravan and meet the dam engineer at the dam gate. Sorry, it's a little windy out here. And you'll all go in and see the dam from the bottom. It's fascinating. And I hope you take the time to do this. Now, I'll put on the screen the phone number that you can call to make your reservation. You can do that, but if you just show up, I think it'll be fine. But they prefer you to call. But it's an extraordinary thing. The dam, there was no Eagle Nest Village here before the dam went in, the lake was created, then this wonderful village of Eagle Nest was created. This is in 1918. See you then. So, little behind the scenes on how I do a video. This was a short. It's not one of my normal videos, but I hope you liked it. So we finished all Dottie's food. I took my nap, and usually it's time for Dottie and I to go outside and go for a walking adventure, but check it out. It's 2:55, almost 3 o'clock. Going outside is not really too much of a great option. It's not only rainy, but it's a little chilly, 59 degrees and wet. Dottie, if it stops raining later, we'll go for a walk later, okay? And let's see what George is up to. Hey, George. How do you feel about things? Tell the truth. Oh, terrible light, terrible light. There we go, that's much better. It's a little tricky, these LED lights in the trailer trying to film. Anyway, I'm probably gonna go back, and do you want to see what I'm watching now on YouTube? This is what happens when you live in a dusty place. So this is a video about opening up and repairing a laptop. Terrible lighting again. Turn around. So I like watching people take apart laptops and fix stuff. I'm a nerd. What can I say? All right, Dottie, you want to go out? We got a break in the rain here. And what time is it, Dottie? It's 4:16 in the afternoon. And I'm actually wearing, it's sprinkling just a little bit. I'm actually wearing a coat, which is very different. Can't remember the last time I wore a coat. It's a little chilly. So what do I mean by chilly? 57. Not exactly frostbite risk, right? We have poop and success here for Dottie. We'll spare you the visual. I'm amazed she went that quickly. Usually it takes a lot more walking and coaxing. Good job, Dottie. Dottie's come a long way since a few months ago with the arthritis and the back problems, and she was barely able to make it around, not able to go upstairs. Come on, let's go back, Dottie. It's cold with my coat on, Dottie. I can tell when she's resisting. Look at this. She's resisting. Come on, Dottie. Sometimes, you know, I can feel as I'm walking and she's behind me, I can feel the line play from the leash. Oh, we got a legit reason to stop, right, Dottie? Okay, come on. Go. And I can hear it and feel it come in when she's catching up with me and is going to pass. Right, Dottie? All right, let's go. It's almost DINNERTIME for her. I had a little bowl of pasta around 2:30 or 3, so I'm not going to be eating for a while. I'm not very hungry. Ready to go back in? All right, hang on. Hang on, wait for me to open the door. Okay, go. Just a couple months ago, I had to pick her up and carry her up the stairs. Now, it's a little early for dinner, isn't it, guys? Is that what you want, Dottie? You want to eat something? You want your dinner? George, how about you? I'm thinking, yeah. It's a little early, but oh, it's dark here. Now, Dottie sees me feeding George, and this is what George gets. I got it, okay? I got it. She'll stop barking now. I showed her the bowl. And so this is the routine. This is the last in this bag. I had to make more. That's the last in this bag, but there's another one ready to go for tomorrow, thawed. And then from the cooking today, we got 2 in here freezing. So we're good for Dottie. Now, You would think that would be it, but no, not really, because we have some supplements that are vet recommended. I know that we need to put in here. One is it's got turmeric, but I found out you need a little bit of pepper to really activate the turmeric. This one is omega-3 salmon oil. She'll get one of those. And here's the turmeric. Well, turn it around so you can read it, huh? There's the turmeric. And a medication, gabapentin, which obviously I think that's the thing that's made the huge difference for the pain levels and mobility and everything. But that is for her. There's one pill for me. And notice I just put the pill in there and like, does she eat it like that? Yeah, she'll eat it. I don't think she'll chew the pill, but it'll be gone. So I don't have to open it up or anything. All right, I'll see what's next. Okay, minor YouTube channel crisis today. You saw me recording the video out there by the lake, and that was for the dam tour that's happening this Saturday. And I posted it in 3 places on the community page, Facebook community page for Eagle Nest, my own Facebook page, and YouTube. So 3 places. And one of the comments said, "Did you mean to say September 30th? Didn't you mean in the, not say, but have posted the date September 30th? Shouldn't have been August 30th? And absolutely yes. So I had to delete all 3 of them and redo the whole thing and repost it. Not much of a crisis, but you wanted a day in the life, you're getting a day in the life. So hey, it is 6:33 and there's not that much more to tell for my day in the life here. We got Dottie. She's up in the bed, ready for bedtime. She'll hang out there just fine. And we got George. I just gave George a little extra dinner, so he's pretty happy with me at the moment. Hi, George. So, I don't know, what'd you think of a typical day in the life of a retired RVer? It is not exactly exciting, but I got some stuff done. One thing that I usually do that you didn't see is you saw me shoot a short little video. You didn't see me doing any editing, only because this one, normally the video that I do during the day, I would have shot by about 1 or 2, and then I'd spend some time in the afternoon doing the editing. This one I'm still recording at 6:30, so I won't do the editing until tomorrow or the next day. And the reason for that is, unlike my usual MO, I've got like 5 videos in the bag ready to go, and they're all scheduled out through Thursday. So this one I'm shooting now, this is Sunday, and this will not hit until Friday. Wow. It's unlike me to be shooting that far ahead of time. Tomorrow, I have to go to Taos. I have to get propane again, and it's only been about 10 days, but I'm using a lot of propane. Lately, I've been cranking up the heat to 75 at night. I've been feeling a little chilly for some reason. And also, just because I'm trying to keep my electric expense down, the whole time I've been here, I've been using propane to run the fridge, and that takes a lot. So I'm going through 2 20-pound tanks about every 2 weeks. So that's 4 a month. So that's 50. I've been spending about $50 a month on propane, and I think that's the most I've ever spent per month on propane. Even during the winter in Quartzsite, I was using maybe 30 a month, and I think, I don't know, I was always running my fridge and quartzite on propane. I wasn't using the onboard furnace like I am now. So I'm beginning to think that the onboard furnace is a lot less efficient propane wise. I know electric wise it's inefficient than the propane heater that I've been hanging on the wall that I did the heater options video on. And I think it's a lot more efficient with the propane. I think that's the difference. So anyway, it's not that big a difference. An extra $20 a month isn't going to kill me, especially since, you know, I'm paying so little for the electric. I think it was the first month it was $8. The second month it was $20. So I'm doing pretty well there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll definitely see you on the next one. Take care.